Hey, how you guys doing? It's me, TB, and today I have something a little bit different, a little bit special. Normally, it's about video games or maybe some anime. Today, it's about smartphones, particularly the iPhones. I got the 4, the 6, and the newest one, the 12 Pro Max. Now, I usually wait a very long time before I upgrade. You're going to see as I talk about it, but it's mostly just a video comparing the 3 iPhones, my experience buying the new one, and what I am looking forward to with this new phone and the reason why I wanted to upgrade now. So keep on watching. Now, for the longest time, I always felt like there is no need for me to get the brand new thing, you know, what's hot, what's popping, what everybody wants. I don't upgrade very oftenly, not very frequently at all. I wait a long time. My first smartphone ever was the iPhone 4. Look at how small this thing is, bro. This thing is tiny. This thing is itty bitty. Holding this in my phone, holding this in my hand now, it just feels like a toy, to be honest with you. And I still got the old box. It actually says, if I can get it there, the number of the phone right there. You know, the new boxes, they don't even do that anymore. It just says iPhone. You already know what it is. But this thing, man, this thing I had for years. 2010 was a decade ago, longer than that now, so it's been a minute. So I held on to it for quite a while, and then after that I had gotten the iPhone 6s. You can still see it's a relic now. It even says the name on the box, and here I got it right over here. It's a little bit bigger than the iPhone 4, but still, compared to the 12 Pro Max, it still feels pretty small. And actually, I could tell how light it is holding it in my hand right here. And then finally, over here, we have this newest one, the 12 Pro Max. If you look really closely, if I can get it there, it just says iPhone. Doesn't even bother to say the 12 Pro Max, whatever it is. So first, I'd like to talk about my experience of what it was like to buy this phone, because it was a pretty interesting experience. And after that, I'll talk about what I'm looking forward to with this phone, what I'm planning to do with this phone, and why I wanted to get it. Because, man, before my first smartphone in 2010, which was the iPhone 4, I had a flip phone. I felt like really no need to have a smartphone, but I had an iPod Touch because, you know, gotta use apps and stuff like that. It's just really convenient to have something smart in your pocket with you for most of the time. Now, I'm not going to be saying where I got this, you know, what my provider is, just in case, you know, I don't want to step on any toes for future endeavors, maybe partnerships. I don't know. Things could happen. But I just want to say that the experience was subpar when I went to go upgrade for this phone. I went with my dad because he also was wanting a new phone. Family plan to save a little bit of money and make sure that everything goes smoothly. You know what I mean? It's a little bit easier when you have multiple lines when you're with a service provider as opposed to when yourself. It's a little bit cheaper. So from the moment I went in there, this guy was targeting me, and I feel like he was targeting me because I was younger. You know, sometimes people who are younger know a little bit more than people who are older, which honestly kind of makes a little bit less sense to me, because I feel like you would want to target the older person, especially if they are the holder of the account, because they have more say. But he was talking to me, and I actually wanted the iPhone 11. I didn't even want the 12 or the 12 Pro Max, but the dude said that he didn't have the 11. And then I paid attention, and I just looked to my dad. I was like, is this okay? We agreed on the 11. He says the only thing he's got here is the 12. And we were like, okay, we'll get the 12. And then after talking to this guy for a while, I feel like he realized that I knew what I wanted, why I was there, and he couldn't really get me to buy anything that I didn't need or add anything extra, you know, so he can make a little bit more money, make a little bit more commission. So he started talking to my dad more and more and ignoring me more and more. He started talking to me less and less. So one thing that I didn't like that happened was he basically lied to me. He was like, okay, the new iPhone has a new charger, and it doesn't come with the box, you know, the little cube that you plug into the wall in order to charge your phone. It doesn't come with that. It only comes with a cable, this cable right here. Now, it's lightning cable like most iPhones are. It wouldn't make any sense, but the thing is, it's type C. You see this over here? It's type C. It's not USB, like the old one is over here. So he was like, okay, well, you got to buy the brick, because if you don't buy the brick, you won't be able to charge the phone. And I was like, wait, the port is still lightning port, right? The lightning port that goes into the phone itself looks like this, right? Still looks the same. He's like, yeah, but it's type C, so you won't be able to charge your phone. And I was like, oh yeah, let me see the brick that you want me to buy. And he actually got me to buy it. It looks like this. And he was right. There's a type C charging port right there, and there's a USB right next to it. So I was like, okay, I trust you. I believe you. When I got home and I opened the box, I realized that it doesn't really matter. Yes, type C is faster than USB. Most people know that. But the thing is, the port that goes into the phone is still a lightning cable. So I could use my old charger if I wanted to. I didn't need to buy the brick. I didn't need to spend money on this, even though the phone came with the cable alone because it was type C and it's faster. He made it seem like the phone was impossible to charge. You couldn't make it happen if you didn't buy this new thing. So that's one thing. I felt like he was forcing me to buy something that I didn't need. This other thing is, another member of our family has a iPad and they have service on it, and he was like, well, you want the new one, right? We came here to get phones, 2 new phones. We both wanted the 11. We ended up getting the 12, but you know how it goes. We ended up getting the 12. We didn't get the 11 because he says he didn't have them in stock. Now, I'm not calling him a liar. I'm just saying we went in there for one thing and we came out with another thing. So besides that, the experience went over pretty well. He talked to us about the upgrades, what type of phone it was going to be, how much it was going to cost, yada, yada, yada. I would say overall experience probably a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Could have went by a little bit better. Could have gave us equal attention, stuff like that. Now let's talk about the differences between the phone. And if we have time, I'll probably put in what's the difference between the iPhone 6 camera and the iPhone 12 camera, because obviously this phone ain't turning on anymore. This iPhone 4, it's even got a different sort of charging port. It's not even lightning in there. That's how old it is. I can't even find the cable to charge this thing. So even if I wanted to compare the camera on it, I couldn't do it. So we're here on the Apple website, and I was able to go as low as the iPhone 6, thankfully, because that's what I used to have. I used to have the iPhone 6s. The iPhone 11 is what I wanted, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max is what I got. Now let's see how long I waited from the 6s to the 12 Pro Max. Literally, the 6s is close to the lowest one that they even have here available. See, they don't even have the 4 there anymore. The lowest one is the SE. So I have the iPhone 6s, right? Let's go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I've waited for 17 different iterations of the iPhone to get a new one. That's a long time to wait. All right, so I got the patience. All right. You can tell I'm not always getting the brand newest thing. I only have 3 smartphones ever owned. I never throw away anything. A funny fact about me is that I never throw away anything if it's technology. If it's not technology and I don't have a use for it anymore, I usually throw it away. I'm not a hoarder. I'm pretty much a minimalist. I don't really own a lot of things or a lot of fancy things. But when it comes to technology, I almost never throw it away. I actually still have my old flip phone. It's in my my dresser drawer over there. But anyway, let's see the comparisons. Let's compare what I care about, what I'm not gonna care about. The color, to be honest with you, some people really care about the color of their smartphone. Me, not so much. My old one was gray. I never got the 11, so I'm assuming I would pick black or whatever they have. And I actually do have the Pacific Blue Pro Max. And look at this price, man. Right away, you see the difference in price? If I had walked out of that store with the 11, it would have been, you know, almost half the price as the 12 Pro Max, just looking at the price alone. My iPhone 6 was a 4.7 display, and then the 11 would have been 6.1. That's pretty big of a jump, you know. I do like the fact that the display would be bigger. I don't really understand what the difference between Retina HD and Liquid Retina HD display would have been, but apparently now I have Super Retina XDR display. Not really 100% sure what XDR display is, but I'm sure it's really nice. And again, 6.7 is bigger than 6.1, so I'm probably really gonna enjoy that. You got the 4G, and now the 5G. To be honest with you, I'm still using my iPhone 6s a lot to do certain things that I haven't been doing yet on my 12 Pro Max. Like I said, it's been probably a week since I got the 12 Pro Max, so I haven't had enough time to really mess around with it yet. I might do a review of the phone itself in the future, but for now we're just doing a comparison and seeing what I'm excited for. Dolby Vision HDR video recording up to 60 FPS. Now that's a game changer right there. Going from 30, I'm assuming these are both 30 FPS, to 60 FPS. And I did actually go in there and mess with the camera a little bit. It's 4K capable. The iPhone 12 Pro Max, you can shoot in 4K, which is very nice. And it's got 60 FPS. This has got 2 times zoom. Not really that big of a deal, probably 5 times zoom though. That seems pretty nice. So I am excited about the display. The differences between 4 to 6 inches. And also the capability of the cameras. Taking really good photos, taking really good pictures. Sounds interesting. That's something that I probably would want to do. And then obviously part of the reason why I really wanted to upgrade my phone, whether I got the 11 or the 12 didn't matter. My iPhone 6 dies so fast, and even if I got a brand new iPhone 6, it's only 11 hours. 11 hours isn't really that long, as opposed to 17 or 20 hours. I had not had to charge my phone more than once yet, and I've had it for about a week, and I have never turned it off yet. So 20 hours is legit. I believe it. I've been using the Face ID. I like the Face ID. I don't think it's necessary. It's nice. I think Touch ID is good. I don't know. I just don't really feel like I would really take advantage. If it was missing the Face ID, the phone, I wouldn't really care too much. It's nice to have, and it's not too important. Now the capacity, I know for a fact that my 6 was 32 and my 4 was 32. And now that I have the 12 Pro Max, I have the 128, right? Let's see. I think I have the 128 version. Yeah, I have the 128 version. I wasn't too sure about that. Which is nice. No matter which version you pick, even though I got the lowest capacity one, 128 gigabytes is a lot. Plus I use stuff like Google Docs and Dropbox, so that extends, any sort of space that I would need. Now, more detail in the display. Obviously, the 12 is going to be way better than the 6. But the differences between the 11 and the 12 is not that bad. At 6.1, 7, you got HDR display. Pixel resolution is really nice. Get the contrast ratio, true tone display. See, P3, haptic touch. They're not really that different. Obviously, going from the 6 to the 12 is a big jump. From the 11 to the 12, not that big of a jump. So if I would get the 11, I probably would never even touch the 12. But as we know, that's not what happened. The most important thing besides the display for me in this new phone is the camera. Like I said, I'm going to show the differences between the 6 and the 12, but I am ready to make some nice videos. Right now we're using the Logitech, C920, but again, I'm gonna show you the difference. I'm not gonna read all of this, but I can just tell that look, there's barely anything here, and look at all the stuff that they got here. So you know it's gonna be better. Oh, okay, so 4K video recording at 25 FPS or 30 FPS. See, I didn't know that. So apparently the iPhone 6s was capable of recording at 4K, but it was gonna be 30 FPS. Or if you don't want it to be 4K, it could be 1080 HD recording, 25, 30, or 60. I wonder why it says, I guess you got options for the 3, but why would you pick 25 over 30? And then why would you pick 30 over 60? But these are obviously better with more options over there, which is nice. And those are the carriers. That's it. That is the difference between the 6, 11, and the 12. I could tell you right now, if I had gotten the 11 instead of the 12, I would have been perfectly happy with it. The display is bigger, the camera is better, and the capacity as well. The only big difference I think would have been the camera and the fact that it's 5G instead of 4G. 4G was plenty fast. Let me tell you what, 4G was plenty fast. So I'm going to show you the difference between how the 6S camera looks and how the 12 Pro Max camera looks. This is a video on the iPhone 6s. Now hopefully you can tell the quality is pretty okay. You know, 1080p, 30 FPS is alright. You know, it's fine. But compared to what we got coming, this is not even close. This is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Hopefully you can tell the difference between 4K 60 FPS and 1080p 30 frames. This is what I want this phone for. All this right here. Well, that's the end of the video. Thanks guys for watching. I appreciate you those who stuck through the whole entire thing. I'm excited to use this new phone in skits or little parody videos and take some selfies. I don't know. Make my Instagram a little bit more poppin'. Either way, appreciate you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
My boy Ariel, the thing with you, bro, is that you grind it out, bro. You get that crispy shit. Me, that changes this. Cap. I smell fucking cap. I swear to God, Ariel, if you upload more than 10 videos in 1 month, I'ma wall out on you.